welcome back. This is part 2 of my New Year's Eve stash for 2018-2019. Still got quite a bit more stuff to get through. I've got some category 2, some category 3 stuff as well, and then the finale and some extra bits that I've got to probably light as we go. So we'll start with some category 2 bits now. I've got quite a few 16 shotters here, which will fire in sequence. All bought from Epic Fireworks earlier on. So let's have a little look. It's a category 2. So yeah, 278 grams NEC. So the effects are going to be lower. We all know that, category 2 fireworks. But I still think these are going to be fairly decent. The bore size has got to be, it's got to be 25mm actually. I thought it was 20mm, but no, it looks more like 25mm. So yeah, 278 grams in a 16 shot is decent. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously the safety distance is technically a category F2. You could get away with 8 meters, and there's no way, as they've put on their labelling, there's no way I'm going to put that at 8 meters. It's going to go at least, yeah, 25 meters away. I'm going to go with that because of the size of the bore. There's no point having it too close to your spectators, otherwise they're just not going to see the full effect of the firework really if you stood over it. So yeah, it's definitely one for the bigger gardens. There are a lot of small bore cat tube cakes that you can get, but I've gone for bigger bore ones, so we'll see how they fare, especially compared to the 30mm stuff. So interesting to see. So that's Marvel Fireworks 16 shot aftershock straight shotter. So that's the first one of the series. Then we've got, obviously I've still not picked a running order for these, but these will be going together. We've got Elite, again 16 shot, and again I want to say that's a 25mm bore, and then so it's 208.8 grams NEC, so slightly less I think than the last one, by less than 100 grams, but still slightly less NEC. And again, although it's a category 2, the safety distance is quite far back really, so the fallout will probably be more significant from these. And these have been going for a few years now. Oriental Fireworks, I have fired some of their stuff before. I think it was, I can't remember, it was something Snake I think, but decent brand, part of the Epic Fireworks stable anyway. And this is Dark Thunder 16 shot again, and again I'm saying 25mm bore, and again it's category 2, but it says spectators should be really 25 meters away to appreciate it, and I would say that's pretty much spot on. So this has been out a few years. I've not had it before, but judging by Oriental's other stuff, this should be quite a loud firework, and with this being called Dark Thunder, I would imagine it's going to be no different. And with it being New Year, we need some punch, so hopefully that will provide enough punch for people, because I've not got really any like Dum Bum type salute cakes so we'll have to see. But most category 3 stuff, especially the 30mm stuff, is plenty loud enough. And then what else have we got here? So I've got a couple from Paramount this year. It's not a brand I've touched within the Epic Fireworks stable before, but it's probably about time I had a dabble. So this is Paramount Fireworks Quick Fire. I think this has been out for a few years. Again, like all the others, I think that's a 25mm bore. And NEC 218 grams. So yeah, that should be fairly decent as well, especially with the bore size. And then if I can get to it without making these fountains go all over the show, the last of my Cat 2 16 shotters, again from Paramount, is Fury. Obviously 25mm size tubes, and what's the NEC? 217 grams, category 2, and obviously it's telling you you need to be nice and far back again for this one. So that's Fury. So that'll be a nice little category 2 section but I'd like to think these will hold their own. But obviously the proof of the pudding will be in the firing, and obviously the videos will all be put on for you to see for yourselves how you think they've fared. And then we've got, this is a new one, I'm pretty sure. Was it Iggy Pop? Did Iggy Pop do I'm a Real Wild One? I know, what am I going on about? It's nothing to do with fireworks, but I watched Crocodile Dundee over Christmas, and the song came on. It was either Lou Reed or Iggy Pop. Someone let me know if they're good with the music trivia. I want to say it was Iggy Pop, but it could have been Lou Reed, I don't know. Anyway, 81 shots barrage, wild one. The reason I've picked this is because there's quite a few fireworks of this size and shape at the moment. You've got Celtic's Mishmash Mini, or Mini Mishmash, which I fired for bonfire night. Brothers did a version of their Fireworks Crazy, I think it was, Fireworks Crazy Mini, and also a Hercules Mini as well. So, and before that you had Magnum series, what was it called? The Great Sphinx, I think it was called, or Pharaoh's Fire. So similar sort of shape, design, and I would imagine duration, 81 shots, smaller bore, it could be 15 to 20 millimeters there. And I'm not one for leopard print personally, so the cover had no impact on me getting this. So this is a category 3, which surprises me, but it might be something to do with the NEC. Yeah, 503 grams. So a nice chunk of NEC in this, and I'm expecting some varied effects and some decent duration. I'm not even sure there's a video of this at the moment, so it'd be interesting to see how it fares. Certainly if there's a China video, see how it compares against something like that. So wild one, a bit of a punt this year, but I like to keep things varied, so we'll see how that one goes. That'll go at probably it won't go at the very start, but it will go fairly soon after the beginning of the display, with it being such a small bore, but it will be part of the main display this year. Then we've got another big hitter here, back to the 30mm club, Paramount again, so not something I've fired before. Whispering Palms, again I've chosen this one because it's going to have a palm effect, and with it being New Year, I think these kind of effects go really well in a display. So it's 40 shots. I'm pretty sure it's a 30mm bore by feeling at that, so tube size is at the max. And then not having much joy getting the things the right way around this year. So category 3, a whopping 820 grams NEC, so it's going to be punchy. And we'll see how it goes, but that's going to go towards the tail end of the display, and obviously from feeling at the top there, it's going to be a straight shot and not a fanned effect, so it will go towards the end but not the very end, because that's where I'm putting all my fans this year. Then these are new, I've not seen these before at Epic, but these are obviously a different brand, well, Marvel, but they're part of Epic's Fireworks. So we've got gold fountain, crackling fountain, and silver fountain. Again, won't be fired in the main display. They'll be just something to keep people entertained as the night goes on, really. So conic fountains, I'm not normally a fan of them, but it's New Year again, and go for sort of more, I don't want to say professional, but certainly more sort of delicate effects, sort of go for sort of beauty rather than crackle and noise, although that one is a crackle one, but certainly not, it's not going to be in the ilk of your budgety stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how these get on. With them being conics, I should imagine they'll get some decent height as they build. They're all category 2. I think they've all got the same NEC at 42 grams, and obviously you can get away with an 8 meter safety distance on those. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare. Obviously I'll put all the videos on there for you to see, because again, I don't think these are on Epic Fireworks' website yet, so yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. Then before I go to the big boys, we'll do these mini bin lids. I know I got the big bin lid earlier, but I think some have been out for a while, and some of these are new, I think. So bin lid wise, these are going to go before the main display, because the effects are going to be quite small, I would imagine. You can see there from the tube sizes. In fact, that gives you quite an indication. So you've got the smaller tubes on the outer rim, and then as you make your way into the centre, you've got the bigger bore stuff. But when I say bigger bore, it's probably going to be 15-20 millimeters, more like 15 mil probably. But again, it's just going to be a bit of variation, and it's 200 shots, so duration's going to be fairly good, and you're going to get a nice sort of decent pitter patter as they all go. So it should be fairly not frantic, but fairly frantic as they go. So category 2 is only 291 grams of NEC, so it's quite a low NEC, but again, because you've got that many shots, and there's such a small bore, you're going to get lots of whistles and crackles and comets and pearls, I would imagine, and then you'll get some breaks in the middle. So these are more suitable for smaller gardens, obviously, and we'll probably put these a bit closer to the audience, but I will fire these before the main display, otherwise I think they'll look a bit out of place. So that's Cascade from Marvel Fireworks. So again, bin lid's not something I've had for a few years, but I think time has come to have a bit of a play. I think this one's definitely new, Swift Shift. I've not seen this one before. Again, 200 shots. Let's have a look at the NEC. 263 grams NEC there, and obviously it's a category 2, so you can have this a bit closer to your spectators. So again, obviously you've got the smaller tubes on the outer edge, and then you get to 15 mil or so in the middle there. So that's Swift Shift. I'm pretty sure that's new for 2018. Then TNT, again another bin lid cake. I'm really intrigued to see how different these are going to look against each other. Again, 261 grams NEC, Cat 2. It'd just be interesting to see, in terms of variation, what different effects these 4 different bin lids are going to achieve. And I will fire them one after another, so we can do a direct comparison. Really, I'm not going to fire them and overlap them or anything like that. Again, bigger tubes in the middle, smaller ones on the outside, and should be fairly, hopefully, explosive, like it says on there. So we'll see how that one goes. And then I can't name you a Stormzy song. I don't even know if they've spelt it the same way. There could be some copyright issues if they have. But how appropriate for the modern day Stormzy. If you like your grime music, then I would guess this is the firework for you. So again, 200 shots. Again, obviously, outer rim, nice small bore stuff. Should be fairly frantic. And then the bigger bore bits in the middle. In fact, is that one? No, they've still got some 15 mil in the middle there. And then what have we got here? So 258 grams. So I think there's a couple of those slightly higher, but only marginally. And again, category 2, so suitable for most back gardens, really. So it's going to be a bit of a punt as to how far I like these away to film them. I will probably put them fairly far back, to be honest, with the same 15 meters there. We'll hopefully get an idea for height as well when we film them. So those 4 bin lids, smaller bin lids, they will go way before the main display, just to keep people entertained. Which leaves us with, I will probably put these one after another as the finale. I've seen this fired live at a demo display. It was up in Preston for Firework Shop. They fired one of these in 2017, it was now. And I thought, wow, what a stunning firework. And the problem you will always have, even if I do a video of this and I post it, it will not look as good as the video on the video as it does in real life, with it being blue. And every camera I have used to film fireworks does not show how true the blue colours are in the fireworks. But I know from seeing this in the flesh, this is going to be a beautiful firework. So this is my penultimate, I would imagine my penultimate piece in the display this year. It's lovely brocades and some really nice blues, and there's going to be some salutes. I'm pretty sure I remember it having some salutes in as well, so it's going to be noisy. In fact, what does it say on the little noisometer there? Yeah, so we're at the top end. We're going to be at that, is it 120 decibel sort of limit? It's going to be there or thereabouts. Obviously it's from Classic Fireworks. They're a Czech brand, but I would have to say that Classic are one of the leading companies. If you're purchasing, you know it's going to be quality, and I've never had one fail, so I'm really looking forward to this one this year. Have we got any English language on the side? I don't actually know what it's going to tell us, if anything at all. There's English. So yeah, it's got 2 fuses. NEC. So just under a kilo, 998 grams NEC. So this is going to have some good quality powder inside it. Obviously 1.3G effects, and it's an 89 shot firework, and it will fan out, as you can probably see from the tube. Some of them are angled here on the edges, so you're going to get a fan effect. Certainly for the last bank is going to be a fan. You've got some straight shotters there. These are probably, I would imagine these are going to be the row of salutes actually, and then a fan, and more salutes, fan, more salutes, fan, possibly more salutes there on the front. And obviously they're not being cheeky here. There's a set layout to this spread, and they're just to obviously stop the tubes smacking into each other or moving around, so just to brace it up a bit. So it's not like you would get in the old TNT stuff where there's just flipping spaces all over the place. In a straight shot firework, this isn't to pad it out at all, I don't believe. I believe this is just to hold it together because of the different firing pattern that it's gonna produce. So looking forward to that. And then to finish, we had a little bit of a debate on one of my videos as to whether to use Awaken or Sky on Fire as a compound firework finish. And loads of people said, oh, fire them both. I'm not firing them both because they're too powerful. It just I don't think it would look right, especially with the beginning that I've got planned with the dump cakes. So the plan is to use Awaken. I think more people went with Awaken anyway, certainly at this stage before New Year's Eve. So again, 183 shot barrage from Epic Fireworks, and there's a little icon there that shows you the various cakes with inside. So you light it once, it's pre-fused, it'll cycle between those 6 cakes. Obviously they're all different amounts of shots there and different sizes, so we're going to get some varied effects. If I can pop the hood, I don't know if we can see where the fusing is, but obviously it's on a nice wooden board to keep it nice and safe. So really I don't need to board this one myself, I can just leave it as it is. It's just going to have to be near the detonator. Can we see the fusing down there? I don't know if we can in the light, but there's some fusing going down the middle there. So we'll light it, obviously, that's the reserve, so main fuse here, and it will cycle through, and if it doesn't look like it's 183 shots, then we're going to have to pop the reserve on there. But judging by, obviously, if that's the reserve fuse, this can be the last cakes and this can be the first cake. So straight shotter there, 430mm bore. That looks pretty straight shotted to me, unless those could possibly be hand effect. They all feel fairly straight again. So it's going to be straight shotters, and then I would imagine a fan finale for the end. I have seen a video, it's been a while ago since I watched it, and obviously I've had this one a while. I've had this one since before Bonfire Night. So all in all, I think we're going to have a good time and a bit of fun. So thanks for all your support as well this year. You know, I've been going for just over a year now, and we've got over 100 subscribers, which I think's all right, to be honest, and a lot of people viewing. So if you like this, there'll be more to come. Please subscribe. We'll see if we can grow it, and if we get a lot of subscribers, then I'll probably go and do something wacky with something. I'll have to come up with some ideas, but that is my rundown of my stash for New Year's Eve 2018-2019. So thanks for watching.